Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to another edition of Abbotsford Small Business. In previous videos, you have noticed that as I'm talking, the picture is, let me adjust the microphone, the picture is flickering a little bit, and it was kind of bugging me. So I'll tell you the story. About a week and a half ago now, I upgraded the broadcast studio machine from XP to Windows 7. And since then I've had a lot of trouble with my Logitech 9000 Pro camera. And here's the deal. On XP, the camera worked absolutely beautifully with a USB extension cord, because I have to be able to move the camera around the studio, right? And I got a green screen, so I've got to have the length to be able to do that. And a couple of podcasts ago, it started flickering. So I have since plugged it into a powered USB hub, and Logitech says, oh, the camera doesn't like it, but it seems nice and stable, so we'll see how it goes. So I apologize if the video flickers, but this is what you have to put up with during podcasting, I suppose. So today I had another wonderful lunch with my old-time buddy that I haven't seen for 20 years, Arlene. And we've had lunch twice now, and last time was Greek, today was Chinese, so in between the wonderful chicken balls and the spare ribs and the rice and the chow mein, and they've got a sauce there. Have you ever had this stuff? They take chilies and they crush it up. You know the red chilies, the really hot stuff? They crush it up, they put it in a jar, and then they pour oil over it, and then they soak it for about, 6 months. And then they bring it to you, and that stuff is so potent that if you accidentally spill it on the floor, I'm sure it would eat through the floor, so you can imagine what it does to your stomach. I cannot eat that stuff like I used to. I gotta face facts, I'm not a young man anymore. I'm not virile. You get aches and pains as you get older. So Arlene and I were talking, and you know, it's funny how life just throws really good stuff at you. She said that her husband Todd does a great project. He makes a diorama. Have you seen these things? A diorama tells a story through little miniature buildings and people and roads and stuff. You've seen these things. If you've ever seen a model railway set where they have the little trees and the mountains and stuff, that's kind of a diorama. But Todd does it, and he tells the story about what happened in World War II with the Canadian troops. And I think it's an extremely important story to tell. And he actually goes around and he teaches homeschooled kids how to do these dioramas, and they just love it. And I thought, what a great thing to do for a podcast show. I mean, let's get him on the show, and he can show us how to do it, what he does, like, for example, the kids, they get a kit, and they have to put it together, and there's a story behind it, and they have to read the story and reenact it. It's a wonderful way to teach children, to educate children, motor skills, first because they got to put things together, then they got to paint them, and then strategy, and then how to follow directions. You know, when I went to college, my instructor, the president of the college, got up the first day in class, and he pulled everybody into a room, and he said, in 3 months, 30% of you will not be here because you won't be able to learn this. And he said, we do not put you through college to make you smarter. We put you through college to show you how to access information and use it responsibly. Interesting concept. So what a diorama does is it does a whole bunch of things collectively that I think are very, very beneficial for the child. Now get this. Arlene and Todd homeschool their children. And Arlene went to, I believe it was university for early childhood development. So if anybody is qualified to do this, it is Arlene. And I asked Arlene if she would be willing to come on the show and do a series of podcasts about people that homeschool. What should they do? What are the pitfalls? What should they be looking at? Is there government grants that you can get? A whole bunch of things. And she said, sure, she'd be delighted to come on the show. And I think that's really important too, because I think a lot of people now are looking at the option of homeschooling their children. Now, you're going to learn from an expert. Arlene is absolutely an expert in this field. And so here's how it leads in. She has 2 daughters, and one of them just has a voice like, the closest thing that I can describe this child's voice is like this. It is the closest thing to hearing an angel sing instead of going to heaven. You know what I'm saying? Like, this kid has got it made. You should hear that voice. I heard it on a YouTube video, and it wasn't put through professional equipment. So I brought Arlene into the studio, and I said, "Hey, Arlene," I said, "see this microphone?" She said, "Yeah." So I hooked it up to the XLR cables, and I said, "Talk into this microphone. Here's a headset, headphones." And she said, "Oh, I like that microphone." And I said, "Yeah?" Talking to this one. So I fired this one up, and she said, "Oh, I like that one." So what I want to do is I want to bring Arlene's daughter over, and we'll do the vocals through here, and then we'll do the instruments through the Audio-Technica 2050 ATs. This is a great microphone. Anybody that's interested in podcasting, please, I'll hold it up for you. This is called a Yeti Pro by Blue. Blue makes a really, really interesting microphone. This particular mic is very much at home in the studio because it's got an XLR connection, so I can put it through the soundboard and the pre-tube amplifiers. And then it can also go USB, so I can take my my phone doing weird things. I can also take this out of the home and use it USB on my computer, so I can do remote broadcasting as well. So all around, great microphone. They've taken, I think it's 3 capsules and offset 2 of them and put one straight, so no matter what you do, you get very clean, crisp sound out of this microphone. So go check it out. They're at Sears or, Sears. This is a high professional microphone. You can find them at Long & McQuaid. You can find them at Sears. Or on the website, Blue. Go to Bluemic, BLUEMIC.com, and take a look. They've got some great microphones. Anyway, so we've, just during that just during the lunchtime with Arlene, we've come up with a couple of ideas. We want to bring Todd on and talk about his diorama, and I think that's going to take 3 or 4 podcasts because, first of all, he's got to explain the concept. He's got to, anything worth explaining takes a little bit of time, right? So, but I think this is a fascinating concept, and it really needs to have the time and dedication put to it so people understand how important it is and how influential that kind of learning can be. Tactile learning through the eyes and motor skills, and then reading a story and understanding exactly what happened through history. It makes history come alive. Then we can do a series of podcasts with Arlene on homeschooling. Then we can have Arlene's daughter here, and we'll do Arlene plays the guitar and plays the piano, and so we can have them in the broadcast studio here, because I want you to hear this young lady's voice through a professional microphone. Once you hear that, you're just going to say, that child has their plan already done. Okay, she knows where she's going. She's dedicated. She's focused. She loves what she's doing, and that's it. That's all. I mean, this child has the rest of her life mapped out for her if she continues singing. That's all I want to say about that. It's just brilliant. So my gig is to get on the internet and help support small and medium-sized businesses in the Abbotsford area, and to help them get their message across on the internet. If you read how many businesses, small and medium, go bankrupt, what is it, 75% go bankrupt within the first 5 years? That's so high. Why? Are they not getting support? So I want to find out by a series of podcasts, and then I want to be able to give these small and medium-sized businesses a boost in the arm, a shot in the arm. Help within your community. We have a great community here, folks. We should be helping one another. All right, so this is Rick Haaland, your host. If you want to send us an email, go ahead and send it to abbotsfordsmallbusiness@gmail.com. And you can find us on the web at abbotsfordsmallbusiness.com. And if you want to phone us on our Magic Jack number is 778-800-0246. I cannot wait to get going on these podcasts. It's going to be great. So thanks, everybody. Have a great Christmas. And look forward to some very, very powerful, informative, and educational podcasts in the new year. Thanks a lot for joining us. Take care. Bye-bye.